Yeah, hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's the Trading Fantasy. All right, it's a new year. We are in 2023. Today we are going to be talking about the mistakes being made in forex, or I'm going to be talking about the mistakes I made personally in forex 2022, and the mistakes I'm not going to be repeating in this year 2023. And basically I'm going to be talking about how I'm going to trade this year 2023. Now let's move into the video. I'm going to be using my journal to list the points and to list the mistakes I made 2022, and those are the mistakes I won't repeat this year 2023. So the first point here is always take partial profit. You see, last year 2022 I trade a lot. I trade real account, I traded demo account, I traded prop firm account. This is one of the big lessons I learned as the mistake I wouldn't want to do this year 2023. Taking partial profit. Last year I will place a trade, I'll enter a trade, maybe let's say on GBP USD, and this trade will be in huge profit, but me waiting for the trade to reach my TP, fortunately the trade will reverse back and straight to my stop loss, hit my stop loss, or sometimes the trade will reverse back and keep consolidating and refuse to go into profit again. Then the next thing, I end up closing the trade without any profit, maybe at break even or with loss, maybe small loss or even small profit. So this, I learned that I should always take partial profit whenever I'm in profit. So these are mistakes I would not want to repeat this year, and as a forex trader I wouldn't want any upcoming or beginner forex trader to come into forex and make all this kind of mistakes. When you realize there are mistakes being made in forex, you try to learn from your mistakes. So this year 2023 I would not want to make this same mistake, trading and refusing to take partial profit. I rather trade, take partial profit, and once I know I've taken my profit, partial profit, if it wants to reverse back, well, for me I've taken my partial profit. So at this point in time, there's nothing to fear that if this trade go back, draw down, I'm going to lose a certain amount of money, because I've already taken my profit, I've already taken partial profit. So I have nothing to fear that I'm losing. So the second point here is always wait for your stop loss to be met. What I mean by always wait for your stop loss to be met is because, first of all, you analyzing the market and putting stop loss, you put your stop loss there for a reason. There's a reason you put your stop loss. The reason is because this trade, you are analyzing a trade, you are analyzing to enter a trade, you enter the trade, you set your stop loss, set your take profit. You are putting the stop loss because when price go above or below this particular range or zone, that means I'm wrong, and you put your stop loss there so that if you are wrong, it should stop you out, so you won't lose a large amount of money, or you won't take a big loss, because losses are what move your emotions, make you feel this thing is something else. So when you put your stop loss, you always wait for it to be met. Don't say, oh, it's getting to my stop loss, then you move your stop loss above a little bit or below a little bit. No, don't move your stop loss. Don't increase the length of your stop loss, because you are causing more damages to your account. What if you move your stop loss and it keeps going in loss, it keeps moving in loss? When you refuse to take small loss, now you move your stop loss, you are about to take a bigger loss. So never move your stop loss. Always wait for your stop loss which you set to be met. The third point here is always cut your losses short and allow profit to run. What am I trying to say? As a forex trader, you should always cut your losses short and allow profit to run. What I'm trying to say here is your risk to reward. You shouldn't allow your losses to run and always allow profit, or always cut profit short, because as a trader you are expected to make profits in a long run. Always cut your profit, your losses short and allow profit to run. Do not say, oh, this thing wants to hit my stop loss. Like I said in the previous point, you move your stop loss and it keeps running till you ended up closing in bigger loss. But if it's profit, you like, oh, it's going to reverse, and you cut the profit short. That's the mistake I did, and that's the mistake I wouldn't want to repeat. Advising new traders who are coming into the game. Yeah, I know I'm not profitable yet, I'm not professional yet, but these are mistakes I made that I don't want to repeat this year, 2023, and I hope it's going to help me and help upcoming traders that are wanting to come into the game as a forex trader. The fourth point is patience is always important because it pays. This point is very, very, very important. Why? Because patience. You see, all these points I'm giving are mistakes I made. Immediately I trade and I go back to my trade. I review the trade and look at what's made me take this loss, what is the cause of this loss. That's where I picked all this point from. I was in a trade, and this trade, I entered the trade, I put my stop loss, I put my take profit. So this trade was in a drawdown for a couple of hours, but because I was watching this trade in drawdown and the market was just very slow, consolidating in one particular area in loss, and I was afraid that this thing was going to hit my stop loss. So I ended up closing the trade in loss, and before you knew it, this trade went into profit to my TP. It went into my TP straight when it decided to make its move. So if I had waited patiently, that trade would have been a winner, and I would have counted it as a win for me that day, but I counted it as a loss. So when trading, you always wait for a trade to play out well. So it really helps, because when you have patience, trades you take as a loss sometimes are supposed to be wins, but because of lack of patience, you ended up taking it as a loss. So patience always pays. The fifth point here is never try to adjust your stop loss. Be always sure you put your stop loss at the right place. Yeah, that's the point I made. The second point I made earlier is almost similar, but why I still listed it here is because of there's some other thing, explanation added to this one. Okay, never try to adjust your stop loss. Be always sure you put your stop loss at the right place, because your stop loss is there for a reason. When doing your analysis, sure that this place you are putting your stop loss is the right place. Be sure that this place you are putting your stop loss, when price go against you, that's the right place is going to go, then you are confident you are wrong. I don't know if you get what I'm trying to explain. When you are doing your analysis, you make sure that yes, this is the right place you are going to put your stop loss, because this place is the place price will go, and I'm wrong. When price got to this place, that means I'm wrong. Let it stop me out, because if you do your analysis and you didn't put your stop loss at the right place, and it's going to hit your stop loss, now at that point, now you now be in some kind of emotional stuffs like that will make you want to adjust the stop loss, and before you know, you take a big loss. But if you are sure that yes, if price get to that place, your analysis are wrong, there is nothing to fear that you are going to take a loss, because loss is always part of the game. But once you are sure that this place is the right place your stop loss is supposed to be, you always want to accept the loss, because you are very sure that yes, price has gone the wrong way, price has gone into the wrong direction. So let's move to the next point quickly. The next point is, as a day trader, don't look to target bigger pips, rather 15 to 20 pips. That's my own pips I'm looking to target as a day trader. I'm looking to target 15 to 20 pips as a day trader. You can look to target 30 to 35, 40 as a day trader, but that's my own mistake I made last year, which I don't want to make this year, because I always look to target 50 to 70 pips, and while waiting, I must have been in profit 20 to 30 pips already, but still waiting for it to hit TP. Maybe later it will reverse, and it won't hit my stop loss, but I'll be in drawdown, and price will start playing with your emotion, and the next thing, it will consolidate in the next day. Before you know, from the next day, it will still also do like this before getting to your TP. So I'm a day trader and not a swing trader. I'm not even supposed to hold trade to the next day. So why would I be targeting 70 to 100 pips, which will play out in couple of hours and days? Because why waiting for your TP to be hit? sometimes the trade takes days for 100 to 150 pips to be met. So as a day trader, I'm supposed to just target little pips, come into the market, target some little pips within 3 to 4 hours. 3 to 4 hours, I'm out of the market as a day trader. And if it's taking too long, 5, 6, 7 hours. But why should I stay 5, 6, 7 hours in the market as a day trader? But if it's taking too long and you see the trade is going to still play out, you can hold. So as a day trader, I made these mistakes trying to target bigger pips in a day, which will end up in loss, because I'll end up closing it in loss. And because of lack of patience waiting for it to hit TP, then I ended up closing it in loss. Then the next day it went straight to my TP. So if I had closed with those few pips, do my analysis, entered with the right lot size as a day trader, close with those few pips, like 20 to 30 pips, then maybe allow some few positions to run, then I would have been in profit or partial profit, and there will be nothing to fear that if this trade go against me, I'm going to lose money, because I've already taken partial profit or even taken all profit. So always try to target few pips as a day trader. Even as a scalper, you target smaller pips. Scalper, few minutes you're out of the market. So let's move to the next point quickly. Not force trades unless your conditions have been met. As a trader 2022, I usually make these mistakes because the market tends to go in this direction with huge impulse or with huge momentum. I quickly jump into the market and I ended up in loss. I'll say, let me just catch some few pips, and before you know, markets won't go in that direction again and just go the opposite direction, and I ended up in loss. So as a trader, you put a set down rules you're going to follow, and as in, let it be like a checklist, and you wait for all those conditions to be met. You write your conditions down, that if A happens, B will be the next step. If B happens, C will be the next step, and if C happens, I'm going to do D. So you put your conditions and let your conditions be met before entering any trade. Let your conditions be met before entering any trade. You wait down for your rules to be met before jumping into a trade. This video is getting too long. Let's quickly get to the next point. Just now, never jump into the chart unexpectedly to trade. Like, you just come into the chart, you just come and you see a trade, just jump into it, and you didn't analyze, you didn't do anything, because it's moving in one direction with full momentum. You just jump into the trade without analyzing the chart. That's wrong. You have to wait for your conditions to be met. You check your list, you go through your checklist, and you make sure all are checked before you enter into a trade. The next point is always be in a good mindset before making decision to trade. That is, don't trade if you are angry. Whenever you are angry, you should not try to trade, because that's the most things that allow me take loss 2022. you're angry, you're not in a good mindset, you're not in a good mood, you just jump into a trade and you ended up in a loss because you're not in your good mindset. I do this always. If someone gets me angry, I still just, because of I don't want to talk to anybody, I just go enter into a trade. I just enter into a trade just like that. Even if I did analysis, my condition are still met, but there's still some certain mistakes you're going to make. You are not in your right mindset, you're not in a good condition, so you shouldn't enter any trade, because those things that made you angry will still be there to disturb you. Even if you just see any small loss now, you still get angry because of what made you angry earlier before. So you are in small drawdown, which is not even up to anything, but you start getting angry. Before you know, you can just ended up closing it, and the next thing, after you close the trade, the next thing, it went into profit. So why did I close this trade? I should have just wait. And before you know, you enter into the trade again, because the trade is now going in your direction, and the next thing, it's reversing back. You say, oh, why did I enter this trade again? Now the next thing you close, it went into profit again. I'm just talking from experience, because that's how the market has been playing me. Not even, let me don't say the market playing me, that's what I've been doing last year, which I noticed, yes, it is wrong, and I wouldn't want to repeat it this year. So when you are not in a good mindset, don't enter trades. Always ask yourself. There's this journal I got on my phone, my trading journal. Before I trade, I have to enter the journal and fill every information. They ask you, what pair are you trading forex? You're trading forex, what pair are you in? How do you feel? It asks you, how do you feel? So at that point, you ask yourself, before you trade, how do you feel before you want to enter this trade? If you are in the good mindset, you're happy today, you are ready to enter a trade. So with that, you ask yourself, how do you feel to enter this trade? If you're in a good mindset, you know that yes, you are very ready to trade the market today, so you can enter the trade. But if you are not in a good mindset, you should never enter a trade. So that's all for now. These are few mistakes I made last year, 2022, and I wouldn't want to repeat those mistakes anymore. So 2023, I will be trading according to my plans and according to my rules. Set down rules. I've write down my rules and everything, how I'm going to be trading. Always take partial profit and all that, so I wouldn't make all this mistake anymore. Thank God I've jotted it down. I always go through it so that I know that yes, this is my mistakes I don't want to make this year. So I just continue going through it. When I take a trade, I go through the trade to see what made me take a loss. That is, if I take a loss for a day, I go through it to know what makes me take that loss. And always journal your trade. Find a book to write the mistakes that made you take a loss for the day, or before you enter a trade, you have you write down your rules. You take a screenshot of the before and after the trade. You take the after picture, so with that you can check the errors and mistakes you made in your trades, so that you will learn from your mistakes. that's all for now. So please do try to subscribe and smash the like button. Help your boy to subscribe. Thank you for watching, and peace.